Okay, welcome. Thank you that you joined with me in this healing class again. And today we again have quite a packed program. But before we start, we just want to become quiet and relaxed and breathe like there's nothing going on. Be relaxed deep into ourselves. We can breathe, we can relax, we can put down our little backpack full of ideas. So basically there's nothing else left than you going within in this moment. Whatever happened before is over. Whatever is not yet there is not yet there. So you don't have to worry about a thing. So you put your ideas you hold about the world on a shelf for a moment, and you put whatever is in the way, whatever is keeping your mind occupied, you can turn that off for a moment too. So I'm really happy that you joined and that you are committed to do this and that you want to be part of this, because this is not just a journey. It is the end of you as a human being. It is entering into say, a completely different time, into a completely different continuum. And that is not just a little step. No, it's like the new you is starting to come through. The new man is going to stand up. The new woman is going to stand up. But the new man in terms of your being. And so I want to start this class with a little reading, and that is from the Epilogue of A Course in Miracles, because I just happened to listen to it today, and it was again so very comforting to listen to and to receive it. So that is my invitation to you right now, just to help you to come into the place where you can open your soul completely to receive what is being given in this instant. And this is the moment that we're going to unwrap another present. It's not just a class. Like, no, this is happening basically outside this parameter of space and time altogether. And yeah, that feels completely different. You can feel that. It's like, yeah, it's much more spacious than you used to when you go to the grocery store mostly. You know, you can remember it there too. That's great. If you can, that's wonderful. So this is happening outside of this parameter of space and time. So today this might be the central theme in this class, is like still the idea of conscious contact. Like, how on earth can we have a direct communication with God? So are there exercises, are there things to do that will help us to come into contact with your inner communication? So there are lots of exercises that you can come up with. I will use one of them today, like we did last class too. And another thing is that I want to bring in is a preparation to receive this communication. And this preparation is given us by Joel in the new man. So there's I put it on the EBHub website too. It's like the new man, the new you. And I thought it was like a beautiful introduction to receiving or coming into the communication with your inner being. A communication where your soul is literally like inhaling the light and love that it's screaming for. So, but first of all, I want to put this in perspective and help you to relax deeper and deeper and deeper inside yourself. So here we go. So this is from the Epilogue. So sit back and relax. Forget not, once this journey is begun, the end is certain. Doubts along the way will come and go to come again. Yet is the ending sure. No one can fail to do what God appointed him to do. When you forget, remember that you walk with him and with his word upon your heart. Who could despair when hope like this is his? Illusions of despair may seem to come, but learn how not to be deceived by them. Behind each one there is reality, and there is God. Why would you wait for this and trade it for illusions, when his love is but an instant farther on the road where all illusions end? This end is sure and guaranteed by God, who stands before a lifeless image when a step away the Holy of the Holiest open up an ancient door that leads beyond the world. So this is a really nice confirmation that there is, like, the end is certain. It is certain what this is going to do with you. This whole path is going to do with you. So there's a certainty behind it that you can completely rely on. Even if you forget for a moment, just remember that you don't do this by yourself. So, and I get a lot of emails and calls about this, because it's like, well, nothing seems to work. I tried this, but it doesn't seem to work. I was really busy with doing the meditation as Joel describes it, and it doesn't seem to work. Or I did a Course in Miracles and it didn't work. You know, it's like that goes on and on and on. So don't be discouraged in that sense, because the help is really here. You're not doing this by yourself. So there's no reason to be in despair. So I'll continue on this with the next paragraph. You are a stranger here, but you belong to him who loves you as he loves himself. Ask but my help to roll the stone away, and it is done according to his will. We have begun the journey. Long ago the end was written in the stars and set into the heavens with a shining ray that held it safe within eternity and through all time as well, and holds it still, unchanged, unchanging, and unchangeable. So this is like just a bit as like a foundation for today's class. It's like, don't give up. No, don't give up. Like, this is when you feel discouraged for a moment, remember that you're not doing this by yourself, and remember that there's still a great opportunity for you, and it will work. You know, it is like, no, there's a guarantee that you will do this, and that you go through this in order to get it, or to come into the experience of your true being. So this is important to hear this now and then. You know, it's like, yeah, the plan is written and it's already accomplished. It's going to work. We're actually looking back at how this all came about. So the end is certain. So be happy that you're on this joyous path, that say the end of this is guaranteed, that you don't have to walk around on the face of this earth forever and ever and ever, but that there's that there's literally an escape or a way out of this maze of nothingness in which you appear to walk around. So I thought it was a great introduction to this class today. Just that you know from deep within that there's a guarantee that this is going to succeed. You know, that you don't have to rely on your own your own ideas about it, but that it is literally that you are that you have great support in every step that you take in this. So then I have to step over to Joel, and I want to combine all of this all in every class, just because it relates to one another, because it is an expression of Christ's mind. So there, it is an expression of oneness, of everything is connected in that, and that is connected in me. That's why I can use all of this, you know, in order to express myself with the capital S. So from Joel, I got this great piece, The New Man, and this New Man is also published on the EVHub website today. It's like it was already there before, but it's very usable to also as an introduction to where we're going today with our class. You know, so I will just read it to you. It's all pointing in the same direction. That's so great about it. Let us study that for a moment, Joel says. The kingdom of God is within you. You know, of course, that, just as your Russian friend reported, that he could not find God in outer space. So you undoubtedly know that no surgeon has found God encased in any part of your body. And so when the Master says the kingdom is within you, we cannot once discard any belief that we carry a God locked up inside of our physical form. Now, what else is there to us but our physical form? What is it that is our storehouse? Now here begins the foundational part of our particular work in the infinite way. Our work really had its beginning when the unfoldment or revelation was given to me that meditation is the only way of attaining spiritual wisdom. That all spiritual wisdom must come to us not from some source outside of ourselves, but from within. That all spiritual wisdom must come to us not from that all spiritual wisdom must come to us not from some source outside of ourselves, but from within. This, I think, is in keeping with the Master's revelation that the kingdom of God is within you. And therefore, if you would know about God, go to the kingdom that is within you. Now, this is the way it unfolded to me, that whatever this me is, or wherever this within me is definitely within and not without. Therefore, if I close my eyes to the without, I am tabernacling with myself, of communing with myself within. Now here I am, in the only place where the Master said I would find the kingdom of God within me. My attention is turned within me. It is not directed into my body. It is just directed within. We might think that we are turning into our mind. Actually, we are turning within with our mind to keep a deeper source than the mind. The mind is the instrument that we are using. Close your eyes, turn within, and you will notice that you are now using your mind. It is your mind that is turning within. Your mind is the instrument that you are using. So this is another introduction by Joel. It's like, okay, I'm closing my eyes, I'm turning within. I'm using my mind as an instrument to turn within, you know, and that is like, oh yeah, oh, that's good to remember. Yes, I'm turning within because that's where the kingdom of God is. And that's like the red line in these classes that we're doing right now. It's like, this is where the healing occurs. This is where I come into contact with who I really am. This is where me as a practitioner starts to actually function in that sense. It's like, yeah, when I receive that for myself, when I receive the communication for myself, then I extend it to others. I can give it to others. But first, I got to receive this for myself. So Joel brings us back to our withinness. Like, no, it's not going to be outside. It's not going to be found in the human brain. There's no God in the human brain, or there's no God in outer space. You can go as far as you will into an outer space, but you will not find God unless you think it's outside yourself. So to turn within is the advice. It's the place where you can find your inner communication. So here we sink deeper into ourselves, you know, and that is, yeah, you have to take time for it, of course. And you have to see what's in the way in order to get there. Just, it can be thoughts, it can be ideas, it can be things that you really value for yourself. We've repeated this often and over. It's like, yeah, there can be things that you want more than the communication with God. So they will attract the attention to you too, because you create it just when you are desiring it at the same time. So we sink deeper into ourselves and we come to our heart and want only the communication with God, direct communication from within. And prepare ourselves to go even deeper than that, like go even deeper inside ourselves. So Joe says you can only get this by meditation. It's by closing your eyes and literally making contact. And that is one of the ways to do it, absolutely. So it has to come from within. The only thing is that there are more ways to get in touch with your inner being. And so meditation, you can call it meditation, or you can call it doing an exercise, like I will instruct you to an exercise in a moment. It will be like a very simple step to do for yourself. And you know that will work too. It's almost like a prayer. You know, prayer is, of course, also a way to commune with God, to hang out with God. And then at the same time, don't forget, the ending is certain. So this is going to be successful, whether you know it or not. Like you can try this, you can exercise, but let it come from a deep knowing that that is already accomplished and that it will be successful, that you can completely trust the process as it is. So yeah, and the next thing that I want to share with you then is, what is this exercise, or what is this other way of getting in touch, getting into communion with God? And for that, I use the way of knowing, which is a part of the way of mastery. And the introduction, the way, the exercise that's going to be explained is the one that is like a prayer. So I want to start reading that, and then I'll come back to you, or stop in between, I have no idea, and see what happens. See, this is another seamless connection with the idea of going within, and that is, in any given moment, You have the power within you to experience the reality of love, unobstructed, unmediated, now, without need of magical means, without need for the universe to arrange itself in a certain way whatsoever. So it's like, no, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait until the universe is going to be organized a little different. So there's a better time for you to step into your communication with God. Like, no, that is not necessary at all. You don't have to wait for anything. So this right now is the best moment to get in communication with God. There will be no better moment. In any given condition, you have within you the power to decide and literally feel and experience love. Love, then, or the experience of it, is a decision. It is not something earned. It is not something created. It is that which is eternally present now as the very identity of your being, the very life of your being, the very existence of your being. So it is so amazing that this is being stated here. It's like there's no reason for you to earn this. It's like, no, you're good enough. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to go through a big challenge in order to earn this special. It is not special. That's why it is not earned. It's not that you have to have like 10 years of meditation in Tibet, or no, it can happen to you because of your decision. You want it. You want it above all else. You know, it's like, so it doesn't need to be earned, and that's so great. So it is completely free of your judging system. It's completely free of the way that you have been looking at yourself in your human perspective. It is not like some will get it, the ones that are closer to God will get it, or this or that. No, all these differences, all this comparison, you can let go of that completely. So this is purely given to you, and this is the best moment to receive that. It is that which is eternally present now as the very identity of your being, the very life of your being, the existence of your being. So then here you can call it an exercise or whatever you want to say about it. It's like, in order to do this, once I said my beloved brother, and then Jesus gives the instruction. Merely stand with arms outstretched and palms up. So merely stand on your feet with arms outstretched and palms up. Open the heart deeply and ask whatsoever you will, and it shall be given you. But ask as the awakened Christ, asking from that place that knows only love is real. Therefore, take just a moment, right now. Stand from wherever you are and take your arms outstretched with your palms turned heavenward. Think about your own heart for just a moment and simply ask to feel and know the reality of love's presence. Breathe it into your heart. Open the cells of the body. Open the mind and simply receive what is available. So therefore, just do it right now. Why not? Stand up from where you are. Take your arms outstretched with your palms turned heavenward. Think of your own heart for just a moment and simply ask to feel and know the reality of love's presence. Breathe it into your heart. Open the cells of the body and open the mind and simply receive what is available. So that what is here, you can receive right now. Okay, good. Now you can allow yourself to sit down again, and if you wish, or continue to stand, you do so. And if you think you didn't get it, you're simply fooling yourself. It requires only this. And perhaps we should then give you this as a meditation to do in the way of knowing. Arise from your chairs, and at least once a day, stand with your arms outstretched and your palms up and simply say, I open and receive the reality of love for myself now. So I open and receive the reality of love for myself now. That's great. Well, thank you for participating in this and doing this with me. That's so cool. That's so great. You see, self-love is the pathway to perfect peace. Self-love opens all doors. Self-love dissolves every illusion. I'm not speaking of love for the illusions of the egoic mind with which you have become identified. I'm not saying that you should say, well, I love myself because I now have like X amount of dollars in the bank, or I love myself because I have a wonderful wife or husband, or I love myself because I have a great dog. No, I love myself. So this is what I wanted to share with you as the exercise and as a way to come into communication. And I don't know if you felt that too, when you open your arms up wide and start to breathe in and literally receive the love of God. You feel the energy flowing through you. You feel that you warm up and you feel that it's like, oh my God, whew, that is so great. So that is an exercise to be repeated whenever you feel like it, whenever you feel like that you need to be juiced up, so to speak, when you feel a bit low or you feel a bit discouraged or a bit this or that. It's like, no, let this just become a part of your daily exercises or meditations. Like this is an active prayer, an active meditation that if you allow yourself to do that, then why would you not experience the love of God? It's like you can't avoid it, or if you really don't want to experience it or are very much afraid of it, then don't do it. But it's more like this is so easy to do, to follow up with. Like just get comforted by it, or just get comfortable doing so. So that was just another invitation for a possibility of coming into communication with who you really are. You know, and it's, why would you do that? Well, the kingdom of God is within you, unless you want to stay in the human experience of yourself, the superficial human experience of yourself. This is an invitation for a whole new dimension or a whole new continuum where you can be in, and that can become the reality, that is the reality of who you are. So the rest is an illusion of who you think you are, with all its seeming difficulties and all its seeming like deep emotions of despair, or deep emotions of loss, or illness, sickness, all of that, all of that comes from your human superficial experience of yourself. So this enters in a completely different way. Go deep inside yourself and come in touch with who you really are. If that isn't healing, what is? It's like, if that isn't a miracle, what is? So you don't have to earn it. It is being given. And even the outcome of it is certain. So what do you got to lose? What do you got to lose of practicing this? Like absolutely nothing. You don't have anything to lose. So you only have to gain. You will come into a different experience of yourself, and it's about time. Why wouldn't you want to let that occur to you? So this is great. This is another, another exercise. Like last time we had the exercise of, I accept the love of God. And this one, you use even more of your body. You stand up straight. You open your cells even to receive this. And is that going to have a lot of impact on you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Even though you do it maybe one minute a day, it would have a great impact. Absolutely. So yeah, like Jesus said in the Epilogue, it's like, you are a stranger here. You don't belong here. And you know that that is true. You can't fool yourself any longer. You know that this is a dream where you got caught up in, and that you think that it is a reality. But you know better now. Like, you know already that the kingdom is within you. And you know now, you have tools now to get in touch with your essence, with your core. And it's just about remembering to do that. It's like you forget about it. Okay, suddenly, woof. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Let's just be still for a moment. Let's return home for a moment. Let's get in touch with my kingdom inside of me. Okay, 3 hours have passed and I didn't think about it. Okay, then I remember it again. Or I didn't think of it for 2 days. Okay, now I remember it again to do it. So I'm going to sit still and let that occur to me and get in touch with myself. So there's nothing lost with you forgetting it. Like, no, you can still return to the point where you can remember who you are again. That is always possible. So don't look for it anywhere outside yourself. It's not there. So the only thing that I'm doing in this moment is referring back to you, to your withinness, to go within, to close your eyes, to go within and make that connection, because it is available and it's not created, it's not earned, it is just there for you to come into your real existence. Okay, that was a very short but very powerful. Like, there are very powerful tools given to you in this class. And I hope you will use them, and I hope to see you soon. And enjoy all of that. Okay, thank you so much.